Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me again. I've been getting questions about what is grid work or what does it mean to do grid work. And it's something that actually was my first calling into service when I had my spontaneous awakening 13 years ago. And my awakening happened on a Thursday in the end of August of 2011. And part of my divine purpose was to be fully aware of how to anchor energy into the grids by the coming 11-11-11 portal. So, pretty soon, I want to share with you how I was gifted the understanding maybe of how to bring the energy and the light codes into the grids. And the first thing that I tell you is find a space that you feel comfortable in, but that it's outside. And specifically, if you can get some sunlight on you, makes it a little easier until you no longer need that. But just to be able to discern energies and to be able to be aware of your own energetic body, it's always best to start out. So take probably what, if you feel called, right? You're hearing this video for a reason. There are no coincidences in our universe. So go and find a spot, okay? And you can sit however you want. You don't have to sit, however, it doesn't really matter. I used to sit out in a log that I used to like. But it had a ray of light. It made like a ray of light out in the woods. It was like a little fairy circle, and that was where I picked my spot. But you'll be called to the perfect place because remember, Mother Earth and all the sentience that's here is guiding you. You're part of that. We're connected to this earth. That's why we're born here, right? Our umbilical runs deep. And it's not always a physical one that can be cut. So the etheric umbilical to this Mother Earth to do your divine work is connected. You can't ever not know, right? It's just when you choose to become conscious and become aware and then follow that inner calling, that's what separates, right? Is taking action. So you probably have some sort of calling. You're feeling like you need to hit the road. You got to go, you're feeling maybe a certain place. Maybe all of a sudden, it's Mount Shasta, or it's the Grand Canyon, or it's the East Coast, or it's a beach in Florida. It doesn't really matter, but you'll be called to a certain place, and that is where you're being called in preparation for the summer solstice to bring in the energy. So how do we do that? Well, the first thing you do is find the space. Don't make it a big deal. Just play like you used to play when you were a little kid. Remember you used to go outside and play? I hope you used to go outside and play. I used to go outside and play and find all little places and secret little places and trees and such. Find a spot that brings out your inner child. Your inner child is your soul. The reason why it's a child is because our soul is very innocent. We don't know. We get tricked all the time, right? It's a constant, eternal expansion kind of thing. So once you find your spot, you just think of it, like you can even, right before you go to sleep, close your eyes and say, I want to know where I should go tomorrow to help the earth, or something like that. And then you might have a vision of something, or you'll wake up the next day and you will have an idea of where to go. And then when you go there, get in the light. Just try to get in the sun if it's possible. If not, that's okay. Just get in the space. And then you close your eyes, you get comfortable, and you sit for a moment. You can take your hands and put them over your heart chakra, your energy center, right, to close the circuit, as we call it. And the way you can feel the right way to do it is, start out by putting your right over your left. Close your eyes and see how it feels. And then midway through, switch to left over right. And see which one feels right to you. Okay, what's your polarity? And so one will feel right. So just get in nature and do that, right? For me, it's my left over right, but I've known lots of people that's been the other way. So everybody's different. And our electromagnetic fields are all different anyways. So, that's why it's different spin and all that. So once you do that, right, you can imagine, especially if you can feel the sun on you, if you can feel that ray of light, imagine almost like Star Trek when they were being beamed out, beam me up, Scotty, right? You imagine like a tube of the most pure white light you've ever imagined. And it's coming from what I call Father Cosmos, and it's going down to the core of Mother Earth. Some say she has a crystal heart, like the crystal heart of Gaia, so that you are like the Trinity. So you got Father Cosmos, Mother Earth, and you're like in between, right, in this tube of light. And so when you then imagine, after that happens, is imagine that aspect of you between Father and Mother, lowering yourself to the earth, and imagine yourself sitting where you're sitting. So you just close your eyes, right? You know exactly what it looks like. Imagine that. And then imagine bringing that light all through your chakra system, clearing and detoxifying and balancing everything within you, because you need to be a clear channel, right? We need to be transmuting everything before we dump it onto the earth, right? And a lot of us haven't done that, or there's been other ways to not clear the grids, and we're preparing for a new age. So all grid lines and all ley lines are being cleared. All obstacles will be removed from that are causing any kind of energetic blockages or any kind of redelivery of energies and being shifted to something else. Everything will be in balance as we have now started this new age. So all you really have to do is that simple. Just find a spot, try to do it every day. I used to go at 11:11. I was blessed to be working from home at the time, and I could work my schedule around. And so because of that, I could go in at 11:11. So I'd be out there already in 11, all set up with my eyes closed. And at 11:11, I would imagine, and I would use the mathematical language of the cosmos to amplify that energy. So, I mean, there's infinite ways to do it. I'm not saying anybody's way is right or wrong. I'm just telling you what got me very quickly aligned. Now, I will say, on those days when you are consciously going to do grid work, drink a lot of water, because you are frying yourself. You're like a little receiver, and all this energy is going through you, right? It's going through your meridians, it's going through all your organs, it's going through all your chakra systems, it's going through your emotional body. It's very common that after you begin to do this kind of work, out of nowhere, somebody might say a word and it'll trigger a memory within you, and you'll start crying, or you'll have all this like weird triggers because you're clearing your emotional body. And that's normal, absolutely normal. Just remember Dr. Emoto's work on water being programmable, just like you program your crystals, and like you can program your crystals in your computer. Program the water before you put it in your body, so that both the inner peace, 528 hertz that you have of the water inside, matches when you're putting in, and it's the same frequency. So we must be at 528 hertz frequency when we're doing this kind of grid work, simply because we can fry ourselves, and then we get flu, right? Frequency light upgrade, and we have a lot of ascension symptoms, and some can be very, very extreme. Trust me. I used to be in bed for weeks unable to move. So, when I came back from Peru, or when I came back from Mexico City or Costa Rica, when I was doing global grid work like that in other places other than the United States, it's very hard on our energetic system, and it all starts from there. So it's very important that if you are hearing this, you're being called into service, and you need to drink lots of water. Otherwise, trust me, you got this. You probably taught me this. So open your heart, shine your light, and now is the time for us, as we come into our season, the season of the solstice, the season of light, the season to just open up all the darkness, get in there, clear it, clean it, and move forward, because the new earth is here, and we've already done it. From a consciousness perspective, the 100th monkey has been reached in the heart collective, and we are one. Singularity has been reached in our heart, in our mental, in our mind collective, in our heart collective. So now it's just a matter of everybody getting physically where they're needing to be, and this is part of it, the new earth. So you're doing great. I love you. Contact me if you want a private. And other than that, everything is divinely perfect. Today is a magnificent day, And this past Monday, I turned 60. So yay for me. Happy birthday. Give it a thumbs up, a like, share, do all the good stuff. I love doing this and I want to do this and it makes me happy. So I hope it makes you happy too. Go play, be an anchor of the light. The light has information, light codes. It goes into the grids. People walk on the grids. And if they're clear, that information comes up, attempts to reconnect back to the cosmos, and it helps clear people. So that's why we have to have clear grids, right? And they're all clear, trust me. I spent 3 months at the Vatican. It's, yeah, all those, yeah. All right? So, love ya. Namaste. And, yeah, mwah. Light workers. Yeah.